Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the WIN Show on KZKO. Take part with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week or during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the WIN KZKO blog. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You are listening to WIN World Local News.
World Local News with Potter Smittss. Our top story today is brought to us by WIN contributor Julianne of London, England. With the international release of the box office smash hit The Avengers, Age of Ultron, star actor Robert Downey Jr. decided to walk out on an interview airing on British television. To peel back the mic and find out why Mr. Jr. decided to flex his Iron Man ego and temperament, let's jet on over to Buckingham Palace in London, England, to WIN Entertainment and Royals reporter Jester Jeeves, who's standing by live with Mr. Jr. and Prince Harry's joint chief publicist, Lord Tyrone Lannister. Jester, what's going on?
Yes, thank you, Potter. Now, I am here with Mr. Robert Downey Jr., who has thus far refused to speak to me and is only communicating through his publicist, Tyrone Lannister. Tyrone, I would really like to hear from your client himself in his own words. I'd like to know what is going on in his brain.
What's going on in his brain? Frankly, there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of upset because this journalist, this alleged journalist, was asking questions that were irrelevant, personal, and frankly touched on very sensitive subjects to my client, Mr. Robert Downey Jr.
Now, many would argue that the Age of Ultron is not exactly a sensitive subject to your client himself, as he is just a character in the movie.
Very well, that's a fair enough point, but age is a sensitive subject. And when getting into the physical abilities of my client, Mr. Robert Downey Jr., not just as an actor, but as a sexual partner, then I think we have an issue.
Well, now, so your client is refusing to answer the rumors that he is a selfish lover. I just want to, I want to clarify this. I am not, to be clear, I'm not an alleged journalist. I am an accredited journalist. I have graduated from
your accreditation
Oxford.
Has been cast in doubt, sir.
Well, maybe, allow me to rephrase.
I'm sorry. No, yes, please. What is your question?
We've interacted before, Mr. Lannister. We've had a good relationship in the past. I'm just trying to do my job here. The world wants to know that your client, Mr. Robert Downey Jr., he does look incredibly young. We are not inquiring about his age in any way. But with his youthful appearance, the assumption is that he must be wonderful in the sack. And I think women and a fair number of men the world over would love to just have accurate fantasies about Mr. Robert Downey Jr.
Accurate fantasies?
Yes, accurate fantasies.
Accuracy, there is no room for accuracy in fantasies.
Oh.
That is the purpose of fantasies, is that they do not need to be accurate. I have a fantasy, and that is to be riding bare on horseback, riding on the surface of Jupiter's planet.
Excuse me, just so I can understand this. On the surface of Jupiter's planet, you're riding a bear on top of a horse.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Now, why Jupiter? I would think riding a bear on top of a horse here on Earth would still be quite the treat.
Well, Jupiter is the Greek name for Zeus,
yes.
And who was the king of the gods. So to find myself atop a bear, atop a horse, atop Zeus, at least the astronomical, symbol of Zeus, that puts me, quite frankly, on top of the universe.
So, this is very much a dominance thing, because you feel here on Earth as a mere publicist, you don't have the power that you wish you had? alleged publicist, I should say.
Robert, close your ears.
Don't need to talk about this right now.
Breaking news. Robert Downey Jr. has just spoken in the presence of the press. Mr. Downey Jr., how can you address the accusations that you are a selfish lover?
You don't need to answer that, Robert. Not if you don't want to.
I will answer it briefly and really quick. You are a schmuck. Get out of my face.
We have a disgruntled and unsatisfied publicist with his statement with his station in life, but Mr. Robert Downey Jr. is now again speaking to the press, albeit in a very cruel fashion. Potter, back to you.
Well, that's the first we heard from him ever since he walked out of that interview. Okay, well, now on to a story of health matters brought to us by WIN contributor Samantha of San Diego, California. Over 100 passengers of a celebrity cruise from San Diego to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, have contracted a dastardly illness while at sea. To hear what this ailment has done to these passengers and what ailment it was within those Mexican waters, let's go live to WIN health reporter Paco Taco, who's in Acapulco, Mexico, with the verbal diarrhea. Paco!
Hey, yeah, what's going on? Here I am with the captain of the cruise ship, Mr. Villanova.
That is Captain Villanova.
Captain Villanova.
Mm-hmm.
And 100 passengers, give or take a dozen. Very ill.
Mm-hmm.
On top of your cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're the captain.
I am.
The responsibility lies on your shoulders. The buck stops at you.
Yes. I'm obviously embarrassed by what's happened. I try to be responsible for all aspects of the ship, from how clean the decks are to what food is being prepared in the kitchen, and that our hygiene standards are up to par, and that we only have any diseases that are contracted are normal diseases that can be easily taken care of in hospitals. This has been an oversight on my part, and I am working toward making amends.
Now, I have already interviewed with the head chef of the cruise ship, Mr. Lungschnau, and he has said that you have been quite hard to get along with. You have some unreasonable demands when it comes to...
I would just like to say that often when you talk to people who are subservient to those in authority, that they will see their methods as harsh, and see a situation as being unfair.
Other crew members have said that you take the title of captain to unreasonable lengths. That you not only see yourself as captain of the ship, but captain of life, in a sense. Captain of other people's lives. Giving unsolicited advice regarding marriage, health, childbearing.
Sir, these are my crew. I don't know if you've ever had a crew, but it is up to me to take care of them. It is up to me to make sure that things go smoothly in their life, if only so as not to disrupt the goings-on my ship.
I, walking around the ship, saw you give some very harsh criticisms to a couple of passengers playing table tennis.
Their technique was terrible. They were not going to enjoy the game or score points. They
weren't going to enjoy the game with you standing over their shoulders saying, turn your wrist this way or whatever it was.
It's not my fault that people seem to want to go through life doing things subpar.
May I say that maybe if you were not stretching yourself so thin, trying to provide your captain leadership to all these rather minute details of other people's lives, that maybe such an oversight in the kitchen would not have happened?
If there's anything I pride myself on, it's my ability to micromanage. And I am going to continue to do so, because that is what makes me the captain that I am, is every little detail will be in line. Now, maybe I miss one here or there, and that's something that I punish myself for every night.
Well, now 100 people are Give or take a dozen or something.
And I am going to be sick 100 times over, if that's what it takes to make up for it.
No, that doesn't help anybody. Oh.
Excuse me.
Well,
no, I'm getting started with penance.
Well, I think that's as good enough a point to end the interview. Potter,
sir,
we have heard enough from this captain, I think.
Maybe holding your microphone
okay, back to
a little.
You, Potter.
Well, that was a very informative interview. We never got to the whole source of the matter. Wow, I hope you're okay down there, Paco. Now to a story about the race for the 2016 White House, brought to us by WIN contributor Thomas of Chicago, Illinois. Democratic presidential forerunner Miss Hillary Clinton has just had some of her Secretary of State emails leaked over the 2012 U.S. diplomatic compound attack in Benghazi, Libya, stirring up quite a controversy. Cracking the spam filter and the firewall to find out what was in Miss Clinton's email and why they were so controversial, let's go live to WIN senior political reporter Russian Limbauberger, who's at the steps of the Pentagon with the secret details. Mr. Limbauberger?
Yes, thank you, Potter. I am here with National Security Representative and Analyst. You are a Lieutenant Jack Bryant. Lieutenant Jack Bryant. Thank you for helping answer and untangle these questions today.
Anything I can do to serve this country?
Now, these emails, they allege that Mrs. Clinton, she had knowledge of attack, but did nothing. Now, do you, in your expert security opinion, see these emails as real? Could they have been faked?
It is my opinion that, yes, they could have been fraudulent or forged, if you will. Yeah.
Oh. Now, is there any suspects in possible forging? What have you done to go down this road and discover true culprit, if exists?
We have gone through records of prior criminals who have done these
so
kind of things.
It is in your opinion that it is most likely a single criminal acting to bring down Miss Clinton?
At least one.
At least one. So there could be as many as two, possibly three?
Or just one.
Or just one. Now, hacking is very complicated. I myself have trouble remembering just my own email password. These hackers, they must know many. Have you come up with any leads, for instance, on an individual?
Yes, we have come up with some leads, and we've also come up with some figures to follow, and we also have some people that we can say definitely did not do it.
Oh, and now who have you eliminated from the process?
Quite a number of people.
Could you name them, please?
Well, you want me to open up a phone book?
If that will help you to speak the names, that would be nice.
All right.
I like to be very thorough and detailed in the report. Okay. Arden
B.
Arden B. Did not do it.
Aaron C.
Aaron C. Also not a culprit.
Aaron L.
Oh, Aaron L. Did not do it.
Iranovich S.W.
Iranovich S.W. did not do it. Now, if I would like to point out, you skipped a name. You skipped...
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm looking at the phone book, sir. You went from Aaron to Iranovich, skipping over Amore D. So Amore D, possible culprit.
I can't comment on that.
Okay, well, your silence speaks volumes. Now, I'm getting word that we do not have time to finish this list, but thank you, Lieutenant Bryant, for your cooperation.
Anything I can do for the country.
Potter, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Limbaumberger. That was very fascinating. Hope I'm not on that list. Well, let's head on over to the World Sports Desk and fire it up Frank, who's in Venice Beach, California for the 90 and over World Pull-Up Championship. How's the competition looking out there, fired up?
Wow, Potter, I gotta tell you, I feel horrible about myself right now. Because we've got a collection of 90-year-olds out here that are just doing pull-ups like it's nothing. We have a whole bus that came in from the Pleasant Pines Retirement Center. We had 5 dudes that are more jacked than I was when I was 22. And they're still going. They've been doing pull-ups solid for 15 minutes. And I tried to get up and do one, and I couldn't do it, Potter. I had to resort to just a 30-second hang. And all the old guys, they were making fun of me. Some of the old ladies, too. I mean, I gotta get back to the gym at the hotel whenever this is over. Back to you.
Wow. Well, maybe you should try that Orange Theory or PX90 or something there. Fired up. That might get you right back into shape. All right, let's get a check on the world weather and head on over to Tulip Sunspring, who's in Patagonia in western Argentina. What are you doing in Patagonia, Tulip?
I'm looking at some fish here. I have my feet just dangling in the water. And, just a little nibble on my big toe. The weather here is really peaceful. I think I've found a spot that maybe I could settle down for a while. There's so much turbulence, violence, and everywhere I've seemed to go in this world, there are gray clouds hanging over my shoulders. But here, I feel like I really am Tulip Sunspring. And so the forecast is sunny. Back to you, Potter.
Great to hear you're in great spirits, Tulip. And don't be gone too long because we want to send you on another assignment. Well, thank you all for tuning in to WIN World Local News. I'm Potter Smittss. Stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
Give the WinCast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO WIN blog during the commercial break of a case that needs to be heard during Community Court. Next on KZKO.